All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. Now, some of these textures that we have here, I'm just going to play the game. Some of these textures that we have here, they're okay, but they look a little bit amateurish, right? Now, I promised you we'll be able to make a professional game, a game along the lines of maybe even GTA. So, how do we make or get better textures? Do we manually make the materials, or should we get the materials from somewhere else? Well, to answer this question, there is this company called Quixel, right? That's Quixel, which is they're just a bunch of photographers that go around finding amazing textures, making them tileable and seamless. By tileable, I mean you can repeat those textures on the X and Y axis again and again and again without stretching them. So tileable and just seamless, they look really nice. And they've done a fantastic job of getting these textures. So some of the best games out there, some of the best movies out there, from Justice League to Destiny to Lion King, they use the Quixel textures pack, right? And you might think, well, why is it free? And the reason it's free is because Epic Games, which is the company behind Unreal Engine, has bought Quixel. They've acquired Quixel, and they've given away all of that content for free to all of Unreal users, right? So that's one of the reasons I chose Unreal over Unity. Of course, it's one out of many reasons, but Quixel is absolutely free for Unreal users, and you can get their entire library of textures, the same library of textures used in some of the top-end games, movies, etc., etc. So how do you get started, right? And the reason I'm showing you this is because you're going to get stuck, right? So just search for Quixel Bridge. That's BRIDGE. That's their own tool. And Quixel Bridge is essentially a tool that allows you to kind of explore their library of textures. So just press download for free. I've already downloaded and installed it, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it. All right, guys, so we've downloaded the Quixel plugin, and I really want to run you through the plugin because while the textures are amazing and I really love, the textures on the tool and the stuff that they've done, the actual tool is rubbish, right? This tool is buggy, it crashes sometimes, and installing it is a pain. So there are a few steps to install it, and there are absolutely no tutorials about this online, and I spent hours trying to figure this out because of some silly issues. So I want you to follow along, right? And be very, very careful with these steps, otherwise you have to delete a lot of stuff. So just pay attention. First thing you need to do is close your Unreal Engine. I've closed Unreal, and if you don't close Unreal, the settings, it won't install the plugin properly. The next thing you do is when you open Quixel Bridge, just go to Edit and Settings, and set your DCC or your engine as the Unreal Engine, and set your local library path as someplace outside the engine. This has to be somewhere other than where Unreal is. This is where Unreal is. We don't want it here. I want it in this other folder called v/all Unreal stuff /megascans. My Unreal Engine is in some other place. So press Save Changes, right? So that's going to start downloading the plugin. The next thing you do is you need to first download an asset, and I've already downloaded an asset, but I'll teach you how to do that. Go to Collections, go to Home, click on Surfaces. Let's download this brick wall. Let's download this. It looks quite nice. And in downloading settings, I want you to change the texture resolution to 2K. Don't have anything other than 2K, because if you have anything other than 2K, 4K and 8K, they're very laggy. So just set 2K. 2K is good enough for us. Just press download. So anything below 2K will look pixelated as you get closer to it, and anything above 2K is, in my opinion, unnecessary, especially for today's monitors and computing. Right? It also kind of slows down your game. We want to be careful about performance, right? So now that's done. Go to Export Settings, and in Export Settings, and I want you to pay proper attention here. Export to Unreal Engine, of course. Choose your engine version. Ours is 4.23, yours might be 4.24, that's okay. And remember, your Unreal Engine must be closed. Installation folder, click on Select Folder, and go to wherever your Unreal is. My Unreal is in Main Unreal, UE 4.24, and then go to Engine, and then go to Plugins, and select this folder. Right, so this is the folder that it's got to be inside. Right, and that's about it. Now if you press Export, let me just start Unreal again. All right, let's just open our project. right? So the way you know whether this plugin works is if this green Megascans plugin thing comes up in your game. So in my game, and this is the map that I'm going to open, this thing is here, right? And this new thing in your toolbar, this Megascans plugin, means the plugin has been successfully installed. Now, if your Unreal Engine was open when you did the entire thing, you would have screwed everything up, right? So you might have to go and look into support, and you got to figure out a lot of stuff, which is why I told you to pay attention, right? So this should be good. And in Bridge, all you have to do is just press export on your brick wall again, and now it should work seamlessly well, right? Unreal needs to be open whenever you export, and suddenly, as you can see, there's a new folder called Megascans, Surfaces, and you have this surface. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to drag and drop into this. And as you can see, the brick wall is a little bit, it's a little bit, it's too, it's too small. So we want it to be bigger. We want the tiling to be bigger. So what I'm going to do is double click this, and this is a material instance. You can see that INST, it means it's an instance. Quixel has its own master material, which is not in this folder. You don't have to worry about it. Like I've already told you the difference between master material and instance material. This is an instance, right? So as you can see, there's some parameters that have been exposed. So I'm going to change the tiling, and I'm going to make this 0.5. I'm going to make this bigger, all right? I'm going to change the roughness. I'm going to make it 1. I don't want it to be shiny at all. I want the normal intensity, which is the illusion of depth, to be 1. I think that should be good enough. And as you can see, the tiles have become bigger. Right? Now if I press play, you'll see that it looks like a nice little brick wall. Maybe we could increase the tiling, but you can see how nice and good this is. Right? It looks like an actual brick wall. It's an illusion of depth. Now if you want real depth on this brick wall, like I said, you have to enable displacement, which is, if you double click, you'll see that there's no option for displacement. But if you go to Megascans plugin and you just select enable displacement before you import, then you can actually displace stuff. You can actually make the wall come out. But there are some presets to do that. I'm not going to run through it. Remember, the meta mentorships is for stuff like this. And being a part of the meta mentorships mean you learn much more advanced techniques. And in a group, right? In a group, it's a little bit easier. You guys can challenge each other and solve issues like this. A lot of people get stuck with Quixel Bridge. In fact, I got stuck with it for a while, and somebody from my team helped me out, put this together, because they were also working on Unreal at the same time. So it's very, very important to have a team. I can't, and a mentor. I really can't overstress the importance of this. I think it's very, very important. You can still learn on your own. That's why I'm putting out all of this course content for free. But if you can, work in a team, because it avoids us having to answer 100 questions in the comments about small issues that you guys will have. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I can't see what you guys create with Quixel Bridge. There's a lot. You can even kind of go to 3D assets and export things like bricks and containers. It's got a lot of interesting stuff, right? So much cool stuff, very realistic. These are actual meshes. These are textures that we exported. These are actual meshes. So I really can't wait to see what you guys create. The world is your oyster, or rather, Unreal Engine is your oyster. And for those of you that don't know that saying, it's basically saying that you can do anything you want. This is your game. All right, calling it quits for this episode. Catch you in the next one.